Hello there, viewers. I'm the Knight of Arcane, and after I found out about Godzilla -1 and the new series on Apple TV, plus later the Godzilla x Kong trailer, decided to create a Godzilla poll on what to draw. In the end, Godzilla Kaiju as Mermaids won, and we'll be seeing those results today in our last video of 2023. The winter month and holiday rush at work kicked my butt, though we'll be prepping for the first part of 2024 the rest of this month. Anyways, let's check out our Godzilla Kaiju Mermaids, shall we? With how vast the ocean is, there are many kingdoms of merfolks, each with their own customs and culture, with many allied with each other, trading materials and ideas, but also divided, waging war and battles, trying to take or reacquire areas in the sea. Many have tried to conquer the entire ocean, but its size has made it almost impossible, not to mention the many protectors these kingdoms have. In the Tosho Seas, the area is divided into multiple kingdoms, each one mostly wanting to conquer the other, each kingdom's ruler believing it's their blood right to rule the Tosho Seas. Only one stays out of this conflict, unless our kingdom is threatened. The Divine Queen of the Inava Kingdom, Mafavine, a pure and radiant ruler, but has a story of tragedy. Once just the crown princess for the Inava Kingdom, she was set to marry the heir to the kingdom of Odajira, but disaster struck. The kingdom of Odajira was once the rulers of the Tosho Seas, but when the kingdom's king, Takagojira, died, many claimed his new heir was unfit to rule. Though those that did really wanted to become the new king of the Tosho Seas. War broke out, and while they fought bravely and slew many of the kings that challenged them, Takagojira's heir died in battle. Knowing the kingdom of Odajira was about to be split, the now queen of the Inava Kingdom, Mafavine prayed to her people's goddess for the power and ability to protect her people for all time from this conflict. With her prayers answered, Mafavine unlocked a magical ability to help her control the waves and currents with her tail, and allowing her to use lights to distract, blind, and make illusions to fool enemies and attackers. Though with the nature of her prayer, Mafavine was made the protector of her kingdom for all time. When she would die, her soul and essence would be reborn in a new body, safe to grow and regain her power, never forgetting the past, but knowing which of the other rulers she could trust as allies. She knows could change sides, and knowing for sure who can never be her ally. After so many centuries, Mafavine mainly hopes for one thing: the return of the Odajira bloodline, to bring a new age to the Tosho Seas, to reunite the kingdoms, and to see her love reincarnated again. For now, she will wait, knowing the bloodline isn't dead, but waiting for the true heir to return. When Takagojira and his heir died, the Odajira bloodline didn't end. However, many with their blood in their veins tried to claim the throne and were unsuccessful, either dying, forced into exile, or being demoted in the new divided kingdom's hierarchy. The Jersugu clan is a group whose founder was Takagojira's brother, Ryostal, who originally supported the main Odajira line, until he stabbed the heir right in the back, quite literally. This regicide caused him and his own children to be cast out and exiled to the far ends of the Tosho Seas. But years later, Ryostal and his eldest children tried to take the seas by force under the banner of the Jersugu clan, but was stopped and killed by Mafavine when they tried to take the more intact Inava Kingdom. The youngest child survived and found a new home for the survivors of his clan, finding a rich cave system filled with gems of unknown origin, and planned for the clan's next attack on the Tosho Seas. setting off a pattern where the head of the clan and the oldest children would try and take the Tosho Seas, but always be thwarted by one of the other kingdoms. After each failure, the surviving youngest would use dark magic techniques, either through relics and books the clan had acquired over the years, or make deals with sea witches and other questionable parties to enhance their bodies and bloodline. Over time, having the same crystals from the cave system grow out of their shoulders and tail, while spike-like horns would curve around their face and on their head, allowing them to drain energy from the area and then use it for magical lightning attacks. Each time the clan failed, the new head of the Jersugo would be given the clan spear, the same one used to end, to their knowledge, the main Oda Jira bloodline, and to train to use it better than the last. Over time, while their powers and strength have grown, the clan itself has gotten weaker and weaker, always on the brink of being wiped out after every failed conquest. But the new clan head, Harispara, wants to make a change. Taking the title of clan head after the brutal death of the previous one and her older siblings, Harispara has decided to ask someone her clan had a deep history with on how to restore the Tosho Seas to how they should be, to find the one merfolk to bring these kingdoms to peace, and to pay for the mistakes her ancestors have done so she can save her clan. Harispara was going to ask Mafavine for help. The future clan Jersugo may have ended the Oda-jira line, but the Ichira clan was the main threat. The Free Brothers spoke the loudest on their clan taking the Oda-jira line's place, and were the first to raise arms against the kingdom's heir, hoping to not only rule the Tosho Seas, but to move on to conquer the entire ocean. In the end, only the middle brother survived the war. Even with the rise of the new Ichira kingdom, he became bitter and angry, trying to wipe out as many of the Oda-jira bloodline as he could before his death, and no longer interested in his and his brother's plans for conquest. As years pass, the Ichira kingdom has been able to spread out a bit, mostly taking areas just out of the Tosho Seas, but would be able to get a few areas from the other kingdoms. But when King Nijivin the 16th rose to the throne, he and his family stopped caring for glory and conquest, and instead focused on extorting wealth from merfolk through threats and ridiculous taxes for travel through his area of the sea. It did work. He stayed out of conflict for the 60 years of his reign, profiting off the other conflicts the other kingdoms got themselves into, and occasionally having his many children scavenge and finish off the battles for some gold. Most of his family had no problem with this. It was safer and gave them all riches, but made one look at her family in disgust. Jichia, the great-granddaughter of Nijivin the 16th, was ashamed for what her family had become, had learned all about the conquests and glory her ancestors took part in even when they were just part of the court of the kingdom of Oda-jira, and wanted more for her family. With her being so far down in the order of inheritance, Jichia decided to at least join the kingdom's military, followed by her triplet sisters, Nijira and Haivido, and hoped to get her frustrations out through whatever merc-like work the military was given. She became a monster on the battlefield with her sisters, decimating those they attacked and taking conflicts further than they needed to, raising villages on the borders to claim they were done by other kingdoms, and even torturing false confessions from prisoners. Nijivin was starting to grow tired of her antics, always telling them they risked what his kingdom had with their bloodlust. But he didn't notice how much respect their people were giving the triplets, something they hadn't given the royal family for most of this king's reign. And then Clan Jersugo attacked the kingdom. They got pretty far for once, destroying many armies and merfolk villages as most of the royal family fled to their castle. All but the triplets. The sisters pushed the invading clan back, slaughtering all of their soldiers, and when they tried to hide in another kingdom, Jichira and her sisters didn't care, and destroyed village after village in this kingdom, to finally get to Harispara's predecessor, brutally tearing him and all his children apart as a warning. Outraged by their destruction, and the reparations the other kingdom asked of him, Nijivin ordered the banishment of the triplets, and striking them from the royal family. But this turned his kingdom against himself, and the rest of the spineless royal family. And with the full support of the military and the merfolk of the kingdom, Jichira, Nijira, and Haiido tore their family apart, and through so much blood, Jichira became king of the Ichira kingdom. Now the sisters planned, having found the old ideas their ancestors had, and planned to finally do what they started and conquer the ocean. And that was Godzilla Kaiju as Mermaids. It was fun to come back to this Mermaid series, and I want to do more of these in the future. Maybe we'll prepare in advance to get a bunch of mermaid videos done for Mermaid. But what did you think of them? Let me know in the comments, along with other kaiju I should turn into mermaids, other series I should turn into mermaids, and other things I should turn kaiju into. Feel free to check out the first mermaid video I did, a poll winner that turned Pokemon into mermaids. And for other fun videos, we have MLP as stands and SCPs as Spider-Men. And if you liked what you saw, leave a like and subscribe to join our growing little Arcane town to be in the know for future videos, projects, and polls. Can't believe I've been making videos for almost an entire year. Happy New Year's to everyone, and to a happy and prosperous 2024. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time in 2024. Later!